Hey there! Have you ever brewed a cup of green tea, taken a sip, and it was just disappointingly bitter? Or maybe you've stood in the tea aisle wondering what the real difference is between something like Sencha and Matcha? Well, if that's you, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to demystify the entire world of green tea, from its ancient past right into your cup.
So, what is it about green tea? I mean, on one hand, it's been a part of these deeply meaningful ceremonies for thousands of years. But on the other, it's a huge staple in today's health and wellness scene. So, what's the secret? What gives it that kind of staying power? Well, to figure that out, we've got to go back to the very beginning.
All right, first up, let's talk about the green tea journey itself, because this really isn't just about a drink. Its story is this incredible path from a sacred ancient ritual all the way to becoming a modern wellness staple.
You know, the evolution here is just fascinating. It was really elevated to an art form way back in China's Tang Dynasty. There was this scholar, Lu Yu, who, and I'm not kidding, literally wrote the book on tea. Then, centuries later, Japan introduces matcha to the world, connecting it forever with Zen Buddhism and mindfulness. And that brings us right up to today, where it's this global phenomenon, with modern science actually backing up all its health benefits.
But here's the thing. Green tea isn't just one single thing. It's actually a whole family full of distinct flavors and experiences. So let's get to know some of the key players, shall we?
So what makes them all so different? It really comes down to one simple thing: processing. Take Sencha, probably the most common one you'll see. It's steamed, which gives it that classic, fresh, grassy flavor. But then you've got Matcha and Gyokuro, which come from leaves that are grown in the shade. Shielding them from the sun like that boosts all this good stuff inside, which creates that amazing, rich, savory flavor we call umami. And then there's something totally different like Genmaicha, which is blended with roasted rice for a super nutty, comforting taste. It just goes to show you, what happens after the tea is picked makes all the difference in the world.
Okay, so you know the varieties. Now for the really fun part: unlocking their true flavor. Brewing them the right way is absolutely where the magic happens. So here's your guide to making that perfect cup.
Now, I know this might look like a lot of steps, but trust me, it's really a simple art form. It all starts with good leaves and good water. Then you measure, heat, and steep. Simple. Now, every step here is key, but I want to focus on the next two because that's where most people accidentally go wrong.
Here it is. This is the absolute game changer. Green tea leaves are super delicate. If you pour boiling water on them, you'll scorch them, and that releases these things called tannins that make the tea taste really bitter. This range right here, 150 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the sweet spot. It keeps all those delicate flavors intact and gets you the most of those beneficial antioxidants.
And just as important is how long you let it steep. Look, unlike black tea, which you can kind of let sit forever, green tea needs a much, much shorter infusion. We're talking 1 to 3 minutes, that's it. Any longer than that and you'll once again start pulling out those bitter compounds. This short steep is the secret to keeping the flavor bright, fresh, and just deeply delicious.
So you know the history, you know the types, and you know the right way to brew. Awesome. But now you're standing at the store, staring at a wall of options. How in the world do you choose a truly great green tea?
Well, think of it as a sensory experience. First, just use your eyes. The leaves should have a beautiful, vibrant green color, not a dull brownish one. Next, use your nose. A high-quality tea is going to have this fresh, almost grassy aroma. And finally, take a look at the source. Teas that come from well-known regions in China and Japan are often a pretty solid sign of excellence.
You'll probably see the word authentic on a lot of packages, but what does that really mean? Well, it means the tea is true to its roots. It means it's been grown and processed using those traditional methods that have been perfected over centuries, all to protect its unique flavor, its character, and yeah, all those wellness perks we're looking for.
And really, that's what brings this all together. When you combine high-quality, authentic leaves with the right brewing technique, you're doing so much more than just making a drink. You're unlocking this entire world of flavor and wellness, and you're turning a simple moment into a much richer experience.
From the sweet, mellow notes of a Gyokuro to the toasty, nutty comfort of a Genmaicha, there is a whole world out there just waiting for you to explore. Your perfect cup is out there, so the only question left is, what new flavors are you going to discover?